They humiliated an old man in front of the entire clan. What they didn't know was that his disciple had already reached the peak of the continent. If you enjoy the way I make my videos, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It really motivates me to keep creating. The crowd within the square surged like flowing water. At that moment, a group of figures clad in the robes of the Yao clan slowly approached. Their gazes swept across Yao Lao's body, carrying both surprise and undisguised disdain. At the forefront stood a somewhat sinister-looking old man with thin blade-like lips. He was the elder in charge of meting out punishments within the Yao clan. Xiao Yan had encountered him once before outside the demonic flame realm. His name was Yao Wangui, an elder of the Yao clan and a man who bore deep enmity toward Yao Lao. Yao Chen, Yao Wangui sneered. Isn't that the useless fellow who was expelled from our Yao clan? He's nothing but a pile of old bones now, yet he doesn't know how to quietly wait for death. Instead, he comes back here to humiliate himself. That's right. Elder, given your noble status, why waste words on such an abandoned person? As soon as Yao Wangui spoke, the people clustered around him immediately caught on to his disdain. One after another, flattering and bootlicking voices rang out. Yao Wangui held an extremely high position within the Yao clan. Anyone who gained his favor would see their status skyrocket. Naturally, he was never short of sycophants. He clearly enjoyed such praise. Wherever he went, a crowd followed closely behind, eager to flatter him. These people might not even recognize the ones they mocked, but they were experts at reading Yao Wangui's expression. The moment he showed displeasure towards someone, they would attack mercilessly with words. After all, who would dare offend them within the Yao clan? As the verbal abuse intensified, the looks they directed at Yao Lao and Xiao Yan grew increasingly vicious, as though cruelty itself might earn them Yao Wangui's recognition. Those outsiders present in the square could only shake their heads in silence. The ancient clans had long sealed themselves away, looking down upon the affairs of the Central Plains. Yet those from the Central Plains knew all too well the weight carried by the name Yao Chen, chief of the Sky Mansion Alliance. The Sky Mansion Alliance was a terrifying force, one that had forced even the mighty Hall of Souls to retreat from its position as overlord. It was without question the current ruler of the Central Plains. While the Yao clan was indeed powerful, anyone who understood the situation knew that it did not possess the qualifications to look down upon the Sky Mansion Alliance. Moreover, Yao Chen's most astonishing aspect was not his own achievements, nor the alliance he led. It was his disciple. That disciple had risen to fame after becoming champion of the Pill Tower's Pill Gathering a few years ago. From there, relying solely on his own strength, he united the Pill Tower, the Flower Sect, and the Burning Flame Valley, forming the Sky Mansion Alliance with a lineup powerful enough to rival the Hall of Souls itself. Years of relentless battles followed, and the alliance only grew stronger. Half a year ago, during the Battle of Fallen Mountain, that disciple fought the chief of the Hall of Souls alone and won. From that moment on, the balance of power in the Central Plains shifted. Just hearing of such achievements was enough to make one's blood boil. If a man could reach such heights in his lifetime, he would truly be a man among men. That disciple's name was Xiao Yan. The chiefs and grand elders of various Central Plains factions exchanged glances, their expressions complicated. One by one, they quietly retreated a few steps, making no attempt to support Yao Wangui despite standing on Yao clan territory. This old fellow Yao Wangui is really courting disaster. Some noticed the cold curve forming on Xiao Yan's smile after his teacher was repeatedly insulted. They couldn't help but feel a trace of schadenfreude. Teacher Xiao Yan said softly, turning his head with a smile that carried a chilling edge. Leave everything to me. All you need to do is place your parents' names on the clan tablet when the time comes. Yao Lao did not respond. Yet the slight tremble of his beard betrayed the turmoil in his heart. How arrogant. Yao Wangui's smile faded, replaced by icy fury. An abandoned person has no right to leave his name on the clan tablet. Yao Chen stopped dreaming. Elder is right. Allowing you to attend the medicinal ceremony is already the greatest mercy our clan can offer. You think the clan tablet is something an abandoned wretch like you deserves. Elder Wangui, why not report this to the Elder Council and have these two expelled? They're an eyesore. The crowd laughed eagerly, emboldened by Yao Wangui's rising anger. Have all of you said enough? Xiao Yan continued smiling as he looked at them, his voice calm. You'd better understand your position. A skinny man beside Yao Wangui began to sneer. Boom! Before he could finish, a terrifying force slammed down from above. His body crashed to the ground, his head smashed violently into the stone floor. The ground cracked as fresh blood splattered outward. Gasps rippled through the square. By the time the crowd recovered, they saw a single foot pressing down on the man's skull. Slowly their gazes lifted to meet the smiling face of a young man. So fast. Many hearts trembled. No one had even seen Xiao Yan move. "Xiao Yan, you're courting death." "This is my Yao clan." Yao Wangui roared, his face dark with fury. Bang! Another figure was sent flying before his shout even faded. Blood and broken teeth sprayed through the air, and when the man landed, a blood-red handprint was clearly branded across his face. Shock finally overtook the crowd. Before anyone could retreat, after-images flashed through the air. Slapping sounds echoed relentlessly. Bodies flew backward, one after another, blood and teeth littering the ground. In the blink of an eye, the square was stained red. Those who had mocked Yao Lao moments ago now clutched their faces, wailing like beaten dogs. "Xiao Yan," Yao Wangui's face twisted with rage, his eyes burning crimson. This wasn't merely punishment, it was a public slap to his authority. "Good, very good." He let out a furious low roar. "You arrogant little bastard. Do you think you can challenge my Yao clan just because of that? So-called Sky Mansion Alliance. When this old man ruled the continent, you hadn't even been born. Yao clan guards capture him." "Understood." Dozens of black-armored guards appeared instantly, long spears thrusting toward Xiao Yan as sharp Do Chi whistled through the air. Boom! A terrifying firewave erupted from Xiao Yan's body. The spears shattered, the guards were blasted backward, armor turning to ash. Silence fell. What terrifying aura! Did he really defeat Hun Mi Sheng by himself? Yao Wangui's pupils shrank. When they last met, Xiao Yan had only been a 2-star Dao Sheng. How could his strength have advanced so monstrously? "This old man will see just what gives you the audacity to run wild in my Yao clan." His aura exploded, 4-star Do Sheng power unleashed without restraint. The crowd was forced back dozens of meters. Yet Xiao Yan merely shook his head. Step by step he walked forward. An aura 10 times more terrifying erupted, crushing the square. "Back then," Xiao Yan said calmly, "I told you your life is mine." 5-star Do Sheng. The terrifying aura that suddenly swept across the square caused shock to surge through the eyes of countless experts. When they looked at the young figure again, there was an additional trace of fear and respect mixed into their gazes. Such strength could already be considered peak level, even within an ancient clan like the Yao clan. So this is Xiao Yan of the Sky Mansion Alliance. He truly lives up to his reputation. The representatives of the various factions exchanged glances, seeing the same gravity and astonishment reflected in each other's eyes. No wonder the Sky Mansion Alliance had grown ever more united in recent years. With a core figure like Xiao Yan as its backbone, this alliance was nothing like the fragile, short-lived coalitions of the past. Yao Wanggui's expression turned incomparably ugly as Xiao Yan's aura erupted. He had never imagined that Xiao Yan would not only catch up to him in such a short time, but completely surpass him. A 5-star Do Sheng. He stood no chance. The pressure from Xiao Yan's aura bore down like a massive mountain, making Yao Wangui's breathing heavy. He knew without a doubt that if they truly fought, he would be defeated within 10 exchanges. Whoosh, whoosh! The eruption of a 5-star Dao Sheng's aura instantly alarmed the experts. Scattered throughout the Yao clan's sacred mountain, figures shot through the air, descending rapidly upon the square. When they saw the ground soaked in fresh blood, their expressions first froze, then turned furious. Regardless of the reason, those beaten were members of the Yao clan. To be reduced to such a state at the clan's very doorstep was a blatant slap to its dignity. "Elder Wangui, what happened here?" Numerous furious gazes turned toward Yao Wangui. "Elders, you arrived just in time." Yao Wangui's eyes lit up with joy as he hurriedly shouted, "This Xiao Yan is utterly arrogant. He dared to attack our clansmen within our territory. Quickly capture him, otherwise our Yao clan will lose all face before these guests." "Xiao Yan." The Yao clan elders hovering in the sky were startled. That Xiao Yan from the Xiao clan. Their gazes swept toward him, and the shock in their eyes intensified upon sensing the source of that terrifying aura. Xiao Yan, a yellow-robed elder, said coldly, "The Xiao clan and the Yao clan once shared a good relationship. Your actions today are excessive. If you respect others, others will respect you." Xiao Yan laughed softly, his expression unchanged, despite the many elders surrounding him. "But if you humiliate others, don't blame them for returning the favor." His gaze remained locked on Yao Wangui, the icy smile at the corner of his mouth growing sharper. "Yao Wangui, there are words one should never utter lightly." "What are you trying to do, Xiao Yan?" Yao Wangui shouted sternly, his eyes sharp. Though Xiao Yan had struck ruthlessly earlier, he had deliberately spared lives. Yao Wangui took this as fear of the Yao clan. Now that reinforcements had arrived, his confidence naturally surged. Apologize to my teacher, Xiao Yan said, grinning. Yao Wangui narrowed his eyes, a sinister smile spreading across his face. His status far surpassed that of Yao Chen. How could he possibly apologize before so many people? Xiao Yan, an elder, frowned. Elder Wangui may share some fault, but you have already injured many people. Your anger should be vented by now. Why not let this end here? Xiao Yan slowly shook his head. The Yao clan was filled with proud, overbearing individuals. Compared to them, even the Gu clan seemed restrained. Xiao Yan despised this kind of mockery and provocation. If he wanted silence, there was only one solution. Beat them until they dared not speak. For those unwilling, Xiao Yan's voice was calm. I can only act. The expressions of Yao Wangui and the elders in the sky changed instantly. Before anyone could respond, Xiao Yan's body turned into a streak of light, shooting straight toward Yao Wangui. Shogun, stop! The elders shouted in unison, but it was already too late. A pink glow burst forth from Xiao Yan's body, condensing into a tiny flame infant that floated in the air. The fire baby opened its mouth, releasing a terrifying pink flame. The annihilating force within caused the elders to recoil in shock. Purifying demonic lotus flame. While little Yi blocked the elders, Xiao Yan appeared in front of Yao Wangui like a ghost. His finger shot forward. Shogun, stop! An aged voice rang out as massive fire clouds erupted from the mountaintop. A red-haired old man rushed forward. Elder Wanhuo. Gasps echoed through the square. A 6-star Dao Sheng. Xiao Yan frowned briefly, but his killing intent did not waver. Yao Wangui's face lit up with manic joy. Little bastard, do you think I fear you? Yao Wangui roared as Doqi surged. Withered glory palm. Xiao Yan's fingers curled slightly before thrusting forward. Bang! The palm wind was instantly eroded. A bloody hole appeared in Yao Wangui's hand as his body was hurled backward, carving 2 deep trenches across the square. Blood sprayed from his mouth. I'll kill you. Yao Wangui roared, eyes bloodshot. Poisonous white powder scattered violently. Sizzle. Stone melted on contact. Yet before triumph could surface on Yao Wangui's face, a hand wreathed in pink flames shot out, seizing his throat. Xiao Yan! Elder Wanhuo roared furiously. A massive fire spear condensed and shot forward. Boom! A magma pillar erupted, shattering the spear. Elder Wanhuo arrived instantly, striking without hesitation. Xiao Yan let out a cold snort, his eyes devoid of the slightest ripple of emotion. Almost simultaneously, a jet-black figure silently emerged at his side, as though it had always been there. Without hesitation, it raised both arms and met the incoming strike head-on. Clang! The collision rang out like the clash of divine weapons. An invisible shockwave exploded outward. The stone tiles of the square shattered inch by inch, cracks spreading wildly like spiderwebs across the ground. Dust and rubble were flung into the air, while the surrounding space itself trembled violently, as though it might collapse under the pressure of that single exchange. Yet Xiao Yan did not even turn his head. Behind the violent collision, his hand slowly tightened around Yao Wangui's throat. A terrifying force surged forward. Yao Wangui's pupils shrank violently. His face turned deathly pale as the air was forcibly squeezed from his lungs. No matter how he struggled, no matter how wildly his duqi churned, it was all useless. His body was completely suppressed, as fragile as an insect, trapped in an iron grip. Panic, pure naked panic, flooded his eyes. For the first time in his life, Yao Wangui clearly felt the nearness of death. The square fell into an unnatural, suffocating silence. No one dared to breathe loudly. Countless gazes were fixed on that scene. The mighty elder of the Yao clan, once lofty and untouchable, now lifted off the ground, his feet dangling uselessly, struggling like a dying fish in the grasp of a young man. His dignity, his status, his authority, everything was being crushed in that single hand. Cold chills crept up the spines of everyone present. This was no longer mere arrogance. This was absolute domination. Only now did they truly understand what kind of existence stood before them. This was not a junior relying on background or reputation. This was a monster who had clawed his way to the peak through blood and battle. Even surrounded by the combined might of so many Yao clan elders, even within the heart of the Yao clan itself, no one could stop him.